Good morning, y'all. We are going to make some moonshine, meat marinade. And this is my process. This is how I do it, and I've been doing it for over a year now, I think, and it comes out just fine. There are a lot of yeasts out there that are specifically for like your super yeasts, and I just use my regular yeast that I would use to make bread. I'm on a budget. I make a simple sugar wash, and basically all that is I've got a clean 5-gallon bucket. I've got standard granulated sugar. I'm going to put 20 cups in here with just straight tap water. Now I'm going to put it on, the hottest it gets. Then I'm going to let, while that's going, you'll see me, I'll show you. I'm going to be putting in the sugar and stirring it, and then give it time to not only the sugar to dissolve, but for the temperature to drop down into the 90 to 100 degree range. Above 105 to 110, it can kill the yeast, and that can really kind of mess up your whole process. So let's get to it. First off, let's get that water good and hot. Enjoy some meat marinade on this lovely 4-day New Year's weekend. And let's start filling. I just got it going in. We got our 1 cup here, and here we go. Now, you don't want to fill it completely all the way up, but you want to keep stirring it. I've had times when I just didn't think about it and didn't stir it, but once the wash was done, or the 2 weeks was up, there's a whole caked section of just sugar at the bottom. So we're good there. Let's give it another good stir. And with that type heat, mine is running probably 120, 130 degrees. It will dissolve the sugar just fine, but you've got to stir it in the process. Now that was 20 cups of just standard sugar, and just tap water. A lot of people say use distilled water. Well, everybody's a little bit different. I do it this way. It's on the cheap, and it comes out just fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sit for a second and let that just rest and drop down to about 90 to 100 degrees. Alright? So I'll bring it back and then we'll add the yeast. Alright, we are ready. Our wash is down to, I just checked it, about 98 degrees, 95 degrees. Basically you can just do it. You just put your finger in it. If it feels just a touch warm, then that means that it's right around the same temperature as your body, which is 98 some odd degrees. So we're good. But first, we need to add some previously made marinade. I like to keep it legal and reduce the proof by adding a little bit of peach tea to it. And comes out real good. Alright, so let's add some yeast. Like I said, I use standard Red Star yeast, and I'll put 3 tablespoons of yeast in it. I do not mix it. Some people say mix it. I don't know. This is just the way I do it, and it works every time. Okay, so we're going to do that. Set that off to the side. Then we're going to go ahead and put the lid on it. And then we are going to mark it with the date. I go 2 weeks. 2 weeks works for me, and seems to come out. So 2 weeks from today, it'll give me the 12th. So I'm gonna mark off the 26th, which was the last date for this, and I'm just gonna put a 12 right there. That way I know when this is done. Then you need to get yourself an airlock. You want the yeast is basically gonna eat the sugar, and then, I mean, quite frankly, you just fart, and you want that gas, that air to escape, but you don't want air to get in. So with an airlock system, it's just basically one of these little guys. Sorry, my phone's going off. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in there, like so. And what that's going to do is the pressure will build inside and push up through the water, but there's no pressure on the outside to push down through the water. You set that right in there, your wash is done. So now let's check out the finishing process. So this has been running for about 2.5 hours. In warmer weather, we don't run the heater that much. Sorry, that's my phone. We don't run the heater that much, so I've had to start running the heater because it's getting cold enough now at night that it's kind of ruining my wash. But regardless, it's been about 2.5 hours. Let's see how we're sitting on this right now. That's nice. Could have got this set up beforehand, but not waste any. Let's see here. You can get all this stuff through my links on lowballprepper.com. Like I mentioned before, let's check the proof of this. See where we're at. First off, let me make a guess. I'm guessing about 85, 80 proof, something like that. Let's check it out. See how close we are. And we're looking at, check me out, 80 proof. See if you guys can see this. Let it focus. You guys see that? Right at about 80 proof. So there we go. So, you know, because we're making it legal, because if you stopped it right now, this would be an illegal process. And we don't want to do that, because you're not supposed to drink or make this stuff for consumption. But it does come out pretty good like this. But we don't do that. So we would normally let this run another couple hours, drop it down below, I think 20 proof, and then you're legal. But for video purposes only, we're going to go ahead and stop and show you how you would process it if you were so inclined to break the law, which I am not. I would never recommend that. So, we've got that unplugged. Open that up. Be careful when you do that. You see the steam. Now this, you would run, this is one of the Brita water filter systems. We are going to go ahead and run it through that. Three times. Then we will take this And I'm just gonna dump it and rinse it out real quick. So, and then we'll take our wash and add some more and start the process over again. Get it up to the full line. We're good. And sorry, I'm stepping over buckets there. It looks like I'm stepping weird. Put that back on. That plug back in. That plug back in. And we're back up and running. And this you should probably put in there, but I guess we could put it in there. That'll work. Now we're gonna let that go for a while till it's done for our meat marinade. This I'm doing for video purposes only, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and water it down to where it's within legal standards, so that I don't get in trouble and none of you get in trouble. Naughty people. Be good. And that's the distilling process. See you in a bit.